This is Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group.
All right, Cubs have been rolling, winning 8 of 10 on their recent homestand. They hit the road for 6 straight away from the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Tonight, a 3-game set opens with the Reds in the Natty. Kyle Hendricks gets the start for the Northsiders, who go up against Tanner Roark, the former National. First pitch comes away 5:40 right here on NBC Sports Chicago. Hello and welcome to Cubs Pregame Live, presented by our great partners, the Fields Auto Group. Along with David DeJesus, I'm David Kaplan. By all measures, that was quite a homestand by Joe Maddon's club. A sweep of the Cardinals, 3 of 4 from the Marlins, and then after not playing well on Friday against the Brewers in a 7-0 loss, 2 straight wins over the division rival Milwaukee Brewers in inclement weather. And the Cubs earned style points as well, coming through with 3 walk-off home runs over a 5-day stretch. How does a team bounce off of that? Does it have some carryover?
Oh, definitely. You have confidence, and right now, it doesn't matter who's in the lineup. It doesn't matter who's pitching, who's playing. They trust each other to win ball games, and they expect that if Chris Bryant's not getting the big hit, it's David Bodie. It's 1 through 9 can get a big hit, and they're just trusting. You just see it, and this clubhouse, this atmosphere in this clubhouse is, hey, we expect to win each and every game, and they're playing really good baseball right now.
Right, since starting the season with a 2-7 road trip, the Cubs have gone 22-7 and enter tonight's action with the best record in the entire National League. And that leads us to our Miller Lite Cubs fan poll. To vote, visit NBCSportsChicago.com/vote. You do not need a special app. Just go to the website and you can get interactive with Double D and with me. Today's question is, based on your preseason expectations, rewind your brain that far, how have the Cubs done this season? Your choices are better than expected, about what expected, worse than expected. I know how I'd vote. About what I expected.
That's what I expected too. Pacoda, having them in last place, I thought that was ridiculous because the veterans, the guys that they had on this field, they were underachieving early in the season. You know, that Atlanta series, that early Milwaukee series. But once the bullpen got stabilized, they've been hitting the whole time. You just knew it was going to come around because they have one of the staffs, the deepest staffs in the game right now. So they're just playing back to what we thought they were going to do. They're loose, they're having fun.
They're having fun, they're getting good pitching. You know, we saw these pitchers right here that were roped off of Kyle Hendricks in that sweep at Atlanta.
Yeah.
Every pitch is up.
Exactly.
Up. And when he keeps the ball down and he mixes command of the fastball, the changeup, and then drops the hammer curveball on you, he's much tougher to hit.
Yeah, definitely. Kyle Hendricks, you knew that John Lester, Cole Hamels were going to be 1 and 1A. But Quintana has really shown up. Kyle Hendricks is coming around. And if you can get a Yu Darvish, get him rolling, you easily have one of the toughest staffs in the game. So right now, they just got to keep playing baseball. There's so many games left. It's just one game at a time. Don't get too excited that you're in first place right now. It's just keep playing. Let the wins keep piling up.
All right, keep voting. We will have results for you later in our pregame show. Check out Joe Maddon's starting lineup for tonight's ball game. 1, Jason Hayward leading off again. Chris Bryant will be at first, with Riz getting another night off with a bulky back. Javi's in the 3-hole playing short. Contreras will clean up and catch. Schwarber in the 5-hole in left. Bodie in the 6-hole at third. Descalso will play second. Almora will be in center. Kyle Hendricks is your pitcher. Bryant starting his second straight game at first.
I like it. I know Bryant is showing that he can play anywhere. Joe Maddon is comfortable putting him in any position. And this is a guy that really is, I don't even know if he's improving his stock, but it's great to see that he can play so many and confident with that glove. He's doing a good job.
All right, let's talk about Joe Maddon and his decision to have Rizzo sit out again today with a back issue. Let's hear from the Cubs manager.
You just got to listen to him. We've been through this before. Just listen to him. They're working very hard with the training room, and I don't want to keep asking how you're doing. I hate doing that to guys. So saw him go on the bus today. He's doing better, but it's just not quite yet in the right spot.
Rizzo may still be a couple of days away. I did hear that he said he would want to pinch hit if they needed the situation. I don't see a scenario where Joe takes a chance because it's all that core, and as you turn,
exactly.
well, you better be feeling okay in the low back.
100, and then he takes a hack. It's not like he's a punch and Judy hitter that he can protect his back. He wants to launch and do damage. So last year, the last couple seasons, it's been the same thing. He has a little pain early. Maybe it's cold weather. Maybe it's overswinging because he's not feeling good at the plate. So right now, it's just be careful with it. Don't try and do too much, and just really strengthen it up. I think it's just going back to strengthening that core and not rushing the process. Let it heal and then get back in there, because right now Bryant and Baez are doing their things.
Yeah, it is core stuff.
Yeah.
It is not strengthening your back as much as here to take the heat off the back.
Exactly, because when you're swinging, it's so much torque on your back, so you almost have to do anti-rotation stuff. You want to be able to, like the planks and all those little things, those muscles that are inside, deep in the core, he needs to strengthen those, because we do all the abs and we're doing all the crunches and stuff like that. That's not baseball stuff. Baseball stuff is keeping that core tight while being able rotational
right.
upper top.
Keeping it engaged.
Yep.
All right, Chris, I could teach you about that kid. Chris Bryant looking like he did back in 2016 at the plate. 12 for 34, 5 bombs, 12 RBIs, 12 walks during the homestand. And he also had, I believe it's 6 110 or better exit velocities.
I mean, right now, I'm watching a hitter that's connected. When he was going bad, his front hip would leak out, and you saw him swinging at pitches in the dirt, just not really seeing the ball. Now he's letting the ball get deeper, and everyone's talking about this axe bat. There's something to that, but when a hitter is confident, when he is connected, his body is working in the right rhythm, now you're starting to see the balls taking off, and this is the Chris Bryant that I haven't seen at all. The last 2 years that I've been here, I've never seen this Chris Bryant. This is the Chris Bryant I like to watch play baseball.
Yeah, I kept saying to you, this guy's a beast. You're like, where is it? I'm not seeing the pop.
Exactly.
Now you are.
I got it, and I like this guy. This guy can play on my team at any time.
There you go. Javier Baez leads all of MLB in opposite field hits with 27, opposite field extra base hits with 16, opposite field home runs with 7, and 36.3% of his batted balls are going to the opposite field. This is a different hitter.
I mean, this guy right now, you can go in batting average as well, leads the major leagues, slugging percentage. So all these numbers are just showing that this is a hitter that's maturing, that's understanding what pitchers are trying to do to him, and just trying to drive the baseball. It's not that he's just placing it over there. He is driving the baseball, getting big hits, and he's a guy that's just confident. When he's confident and swinging at pitches in the zone, he can do damage to any field. So because pitchers don't want to come in on him because they know what's going to happen there. So they try and work away, and that's when it's dangerous. When this guy is taking that middle pitch and outer pitch and driving the other way, that's when he's going to be unstoppable.
All right, time for our Joe's Stone Crab. What's at stake? Tonight we're looking at the numbers Joey Votto has put up against the Cubs during his career. 171 games. Votto has 195 hits, 33 home runs, 111 RBIs. He's drawn 117 walks, putting his on-base percentage at a robust .421. All right, David, Votto having a down year at the plate, but he is always dangerous.
Yes, he's walking into Wrigley Fields, and hey, this is a place I like to hit at. I remember what it feels to get hot at Wrigley. So he's not swinging the bat right now. He's not driving the baseball, but it's sometimes when you walk into a park where you had success and continually year after year have success at, that's one of those just uplifting moments.
Okay,
walking there.
So now he transfers that to his ballpark going, I hit well against that team.
Yeah.
So now I'm at home. I'm in a good place. Let's go.
And maybe the weather has been bad. Who knows where they're playing, but I want to see this guy hit. This guy is a hitter. So it's going to be a good matchup of Hendricks keeping it down the zone, have that yo-yo effect on him, and him, Joey Votto, really trusting his hand-eye coordination.
All right, we'll see. He's a great hitter.
Yeah.
Here's the rest of the Reds lineup. Nick Senzo will be in center. Joey Votto, the 2-hole at first. Eugenio Suarez is at third. He's a stud. Jesse Winker in left. Yasiel Puig off to a rough start in right. Derek Dietrich's at second. Jose Iglesias is at short. Tanner Roark will hit in the 8-hole, and the catcher in the 9-hole will be Tucker Barnhart. But let's talk about Puig. In his first season in Cincinnati, the bright lights of Hollywood have turned into Mount Adams in the Cincinnati area. I'm sure it's an adjustment.
Yeah, it's an adjustment. Now he has blonde hair, blonde mohawk to try and bring some flair to the Reds lineup. But their whole lineup has been struggling. Last year, they had all their hitting was there and no pitching. Now it flipped opposite roles. Their pitching is one of the best ERAs in the game, but there's no offense. So, this is you still have to pitch these guys because their numbers, they're producing some power, but they're not doing it. You've got to keep the ball down in the zone today, and that's why Kyle Hendricks is a good guy to have on the mound.
Let's see if he can keep them from being comfortable in the batter's box and maybe over-aggressive against his 86-87. Yeah. All right, we have to take our first time out of Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group. When we come back, we'll look at the pitching matchup for tonight's Game 1 of this 3-game series. And the road has been anything but kind for Kyle Hendricks so far this season. We'll look to turn that around tonight in Cincinnati.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
It's Mini, from Lincoln Park to Highland Park and beyond.
And now we have you covered with Mini of Chicago and the all-new Mini of Glencoe North Shore. Hello, I'm Dan Fields.
Better selection, better prices, better service.
Not only are we bigger, our Minis are bigger too, like the new 2019 Mini Countryman.
Our bigger sports activity vehicle and every new Mini in both locations come with one low price to celebrate our grand opening. Mini of Chicago and the new Mini of Glencoe North Shore.
At American Sale, we're known for having the best selection of pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and grills. Everything you need for your outdoor fun. More importantly, it's the quality of the products we sell, and our product experts can answer any of your questions. And right now, during our Memorial Day sales event, you can save up to 50% and pay no interest for 4 years. And you'll always get our lowest price guarantee. American Sale. For 60 years, we've been helping you bring the fun home.
Injuries can happen, whether you're working out or playing sports. At the Amita Health Orthopedics Institute, we understand that you want to return to your active life pain-free. That's why we offer a sports medicine outreach program that connects you to sports medicine doctors, surgeons, specialists, and rehabilitation therapists. To learn more or make an appointment, visit amitahealth.org/ortho or call 844-366-0615. Amita Health, in sickness and in health.
The Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation and the Bono family have teamed up to knock cancer out of the park. Order your Italian beef the Rizzo way, and Bono will donate to my charity. I'm proud to be working with the Cubs and the Bono family, 2 Chicago originals.
Order it the Rizzo way at your local Bono restaurant.
What's the difference between good and great? Good tries to get it right every time. Great actually does. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you always get exactly the look you want. Great Clips. It's gonna be great. What's the difference between good and great? Good is when your haircut costs less. Great is when it still meets high standards. At Great Clips, you'll always get the haircut you want for less. And with our easy online check-in app, you'll save time too. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Hey, I'm celebrity home improvement expert Frank Fontana, and I deal with a lot of heating and air conditioning issues. And did you know that a dirty air conditioner can lead to higher utility bills and costly breakdowns? That's why when it comes to staying cool, I trust the experts at Four Seasons. Our AC tune-up includes a 22-point inspection and complete cleaning. Hey, peace of mind for the entire season is only a tune-up away, especially with our 1-year no-breakdown guarantee. So join myself and over 250,000 families who trust their comfort to Four Seasons. For all the right reasons, call 866-4SEASONS.
Since the start of the 2015 season, the Cubs have gone 51-25 against the Reds. That's the best by any team against a division opponent over that stretch. And they will look to improve that mark tonight as the two teams meet. Game 1 of a 3-game series at the Great American Ballpark. Welcome back in the Cubs Pregame Live, presented by our great partners at the Fields Auto Group. With David DeJesus, I'm David Kaplan, and on paper, these next 3 games should give us great pitching matchups. Take a look at these numbers. Team ERA leader, April 8th to the present, after the Cubs' rough start, 2.33. The Reds at 327. Those are the top two marks. And starting pitching, without a doubt, has been key to the Cubs' string of success since that opening road trip when they were sitting there at 2-7.
And you're just watching John Lester the other night. He's coming to his own. On the last two starts, only giving up one unearned run in each start. Cole Hamels, just a stud. When you know you're going out there, you know what you're getting from him. The guy that has been the question mark me was Quintana. Quintana has really upped his game, and he is showing that he's a plus. He's an elite pitcher this year. He knows he can do it. He has confidence, and when pitchers pitch with confidence, there's conviction in each pitch, and now you're putting the ball where you want to go, and it's fun to watch these guys really just work off of each other.
All right, let's take a look at our bona fide starting pitching matchup for this evening's contest, brought to you by Bona Beef. It'll be Kyle Hendricks getting the start for Joe Maddon's Cubbies. He'll be matched up against Tanner Roark, the former National. Hendricks in with a record of 2-4 and a 3.19 ERA. He's been outstanding at Wrigley Field. His ERA, 0.62. However, ERA in 3 road starts, 8.78. So he has got to be better tonight.
Yes, and those were tough starts. That first start in Atlanta, where that first inning things got crazy quickly. Then pitching in Milwaukee and Arizona, those were tough starts. You know, he just kept the ball up in the zone, like you talked about it. When he is not going good, he's up in the zone, and that's where that damage is done early in the game off of him. But if he keeps it down and he has that changeup, that devastating changeup, and that fastball placement down the zone, he is probably one of the toughest pitchers to face in the game, because it's all on him. He knows where he's going. He has a plan to attack each and every hitter, and if he's doing it, it's really tough to really square him up. As you see these swings, it's just bad swing after bad swing, and he misses the barrel so much.
Yeah, to see guys flailing at 86 or 87, and the changeup then comes in at 78. You're like,
yeah,
how am I not hitting that?
It's probably the most Maddox guy that we can compare him to.
No question.
Right? It's only got.
All right, take a look at these numbers via StatCast. Highest percentage to the edges of the zone this season. And Hendricks ranks 3rd in the league behind Zach Davies and Noah Syndergaard. You see, he is a guy that lives on those corners.
Yes, and he wants to be down on the corners, too. He has that two-seam that runs back, that he's having a lot of success these last few starts. So it's going to be continuing him to keep it down in the zone and mix it up and really toss in that curveball just to get him thinking of something else and then attack differently.
Big hammer that he throws. All right, as for Roark, he enters the game with an ERA of 3.27. Last time out, 6 shutout innings against the Oakland A's, they're a good team. And he's 5-2 lifetime against the Cubs with an ERA of 3.77 when he was pitching for the Washington Nationals. He'll give you some pretty good velocity, and he's got a two-seamer that runs back in over the inside corner to lefties. He's really tough.
Yes, he's a guy that this is a good matchup because they're both pitchers. They're not just trying to throw the ball as hard as they can. They try and work at bats, make you start looking away. Then he'll bring that two-seamer in. So this is going to be a fun matchup. They really both like their changeup too. These guys really throw good changeups. They want to keep the ball down, so it's going to be fun to watch.
All right, Cubs still without Pedro Strop with a hamstring injury, and that is forcing Joe Maddon to go closer by committee. It's worked so far, but can it work long-term if Strop is out for an extended period? I would give the ball to Brandon Kinsler and name him my closer until I get my guy back or make a trade. What do you think?
I like that call, but right now just guys are stepping up. And maybe the biggest inning is in the 7th inning, and that's when you bring Kinsler in to face the middle of the lineup because he's doing a good job. He's getting big outs. He's keeping the ball on the ground. And then maybe you can bring in a Cishek for the 9th. So that's how Joe Maddon works. He wants to give so many opportunities to different guys that, hey, if there's an injury later in the season, it's not new that I'm pitching in the 9th inning and closing the game. So I get what Joe's doing, but I still would like to have a 9th inning guy.
Yeah, I would too, and maybe it's Craig Kimbrell down the road here after the draft.
But I like what CJ's doing, though. CJ Edwards, he's came up. He's doing some nice stuff. It's great to see how someone really has hit the bottom and can rebound and really, this could be the step to have a really good career.
He bounces back in his career.
Exactly.
Puts the tough trip to the AAA.
We all have to go through that.
All right, we have to take one more time out before we turn things over to Len and JD in the Queen City. When we return, we'll look back at some memorable Cubs moments at the Great American Ballpark. And there's still time to vote in our poll question based on your preseason expectations. How have the Cubs done this season so far? Better than expected? About what you expected? Worse than you expected? Results are coming up.
It's Mini, from Lincoln Park to Highland Park and beyond.
And now we have you covered with Mini of Chicago and the all-new Mini of Glencoe North Shore. Hello, I'm Dan Fields.
Better selection, better prices, better service.
Not only are we bigger, our Minis are bigger too, like the new 2019 Mini Countryman.
Our bigger sports activity vehicle and every new Mini in both locations come with one low price to celebrate our grand opening. Mini of Chicago and the new Mini of Glencoe North Shore.
While America celebrated the fall of Prohibition, Jim Beam didn't raise a single glass. He wanted his first drink to be of his own bourbon. He didn't have much money, but he did have a few friends, people who were raised the right way. Over 120 days, they rebuilt the distillery. And while their names might not be on our bottle, it's because of them we can raise this bourbon today. Jim Beam, raised right.
This is our magnificent mile and a half. These are our monsters of the Speedway. And this year, don't miss the ultimate NASCAR Summer Festival, featuring a family-friendly carnival and Lee Brice live in concert before the Camping World 400. At Chicagoland Speedway, home of 2018's most exciting finish. June 27th through June 30th. Get your tickets now at ChicagolandSpeedway.com.
What an amazing day.
How do you get everyone in on the fun? The EX Series from Yamaha. The perfect entry-level wave runner for an agile and playful ride. And when you're ready to level up, jump on the all-new EXR. 10% more power thanks to the TR1 HO Yamaha Marine engine. The EX Series from Yamaha. Pure fun on the water, starting at $67.99.
This all-nighter. This village. This preparation. This confidence. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your first home a reality. That's why we work so hard to protect it. To protect your possibility, your legacy, your dreams.
I'm a dreamer.
It's the first of 19 meetings between the Cubs and the Redlegs in 2019. Cincinnati comes to Wrigley a week from Friday for a three-game set. First pitch of tonight's game, 5:40, a special here on NBC Sports Chicago. And welcome back. Cubs pregame live presented by the Fields Auto Group. Kyle Schwarber's back in his home state of Ohio. For Schwarbs, there is no place like home. As a member of the Cubs, he's played 29 games, including the playoffs, in the state of Ohio. And in those contests, he's hitting .309 with 8 bombs, 21 RBIs, and he had one of his most memorable games at Great American Ballpark. And I don't forget that one. Go back to July 21, 2015. In just his 11th Major League game, Schwarber hit a game-tying 2-run home run in the top of the 9th inning, a solo in the 13th. To win it, Schwarber 4 hits in the contest. Cubs beat the Reds 5-4.
That was big Schwarber right there.
That was
He was
big.
a little hefty, you know. But man, you see, it's such a different swing watching him back then. There was so much movement. Now he's quieter, and I don't know. You kind of relive one of those moments, and maybe he can get him going now for this series.
All right, that wasn't the only memorable game at this ballpark in recent Cub history. How about on June 27, 2016? Chris Bryant, 3 home runs, 2 doubles, finished the night with 6 RBIs in an 11-8 Cubs win.
This might be a guy that I might have to pick for a key performer tonight.
Yeah,
but I mean, yeah, but like, look at this. This is special. This is 2016, man. He was dominant that year, and hopefully he can keep bringing that ball, because right now he is looking like that hitter that's squaring things up, driving the baseball, and it's fun to watch them.
All right, and earlier that year on April 21st, Jake Arrieta threw his second career no-hitter. He struck out 6 along the way in a game the Cubs would win 16-0. And I remember the fly ball that ended it, and hard to believe we were doing a post-game show on another Cubs no-hitter.
Yeah, it was unbelievable to watch. Everything was on. His slider, when his slider is on, just that cross-body action to righties, man, you have no shot. You better keep your front shoulder in or you're swinging through that baseball.
And by the way, next Monday night at Wrigley, it looks like the pitching matchup is set. And it will be Jake Arrieta for the visiting Philadelphia Phillies, Yu Darvish for the Cubs. Wow.
That would be a fun one to watch.
That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Wow.
All right, let's get the results of tonight's fan poll question. We want to know, based on your preseason expectations, how have the Cubs done this season? Take a look at the numbers. Surprisingly, better than expected.
Where were the expectations?
Right. What did you think? This was a bad team?
I mean, they win 97 games a year.
Come on, you people.
Let's go.
You're better than that. Yes. All right, time for our Fields Auto Group keys to the game. 1, Krabi.
This is Chris, Ryan, and Javi. I mean, they've got to pick up the pace right now with Rizzo being out of the lineup. You expect your production from these two, and they haven't stopped. You know, Bryant's getting hot. Javi has done it all year long, and they just got to keep doing their thing, keep getting on base, and trusting everyone around them.
Right. Krabi Contreras, you get those 3.
Yeah, exactly.
2, Kyle, keep riding the wave.
I mean, this guy right now is really pitching miraculously, I would call it, because his last 2 starts, 17 innings, 1 unearned run. He is just efficient and a strike-throwing machine right now, and just guys have no clue. So really, today it's just going about and keep doing it. Keep repeating pitches.
All right, you get to go first.
Let me think about this. Guy hitting .455 with 5 for 11 with a homer off of Tanner Roark. That's Christopher Bryant.
All right. I was not even going to take Chris. I'm taking Javi Baez. Get it done for me, kid. Thanks for watching Cubs Pregame Live, presented by the Fields Auto Group. We'll see you after the ballgame.
Is that a Wendy's Frosty?
Yeah, and right now they're only 50 cents.
Wendy's Frosty is now 50 cents. So if you need your Frosty fix, we got you.
You've had quite the career.
Yeah, I've had some pretty prestigious jobs over the years. News producer, executive transport manager, and a beverage distribution supervisor. Now I'm a director at a security software firm.
Wow, you've been at it a long time.
The thing is, I like working. What if my retirement plan is I don't want to retire?
Then let's not create a retirement plan. Let's create a plan for what's next.
I like that.
Get a plan that's right for you. TD Ameritrade.
Baseball is ready to go. If you have a garden, you know weeds are low-down little scoundrels. Don't stoop to their level. Draw the line with the Roundup Sure Shot Wand. It extends with a protective shield and targets weeds more precisely. It lets you kill what's bad right down to the root, while guarding the good. Roundup Sure Shot Wand. Got weeds in your grass too? Try Roundup for Lawns. Kills weeds, not the lawn. Roundup brand.
Trusted for over 40 years.
Lowe's knows you do it right by finding the best deals on paint and stain. We do it right too, with big savings on top brands like Valspar, Cabot, and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. The time is right at Lowe's. Now get Valspar paint starting at $19.98. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Great American Ballpark in downtown Cincinnati. We're set for Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago. The Cubs and the Reds open up a 19-game season series. The Dogs are here tonight. The Cubs in first place against the last place Reds. Great to have you with us. Jim DeShays and Len Casper with you. The Cubs opening up a 6-game trip. They just went 8-2 on the homestand. Chris Bryant was great, had 3 hits Sunday, including a home run, and now has reached base in 22 straight.
Yeah, a good bit of news for sure. The improved play from Chris Bryant. You knew it would come sooner or later. For the last few weeks, he's been swinging a hot bat, but really swinging it well on that homestand. .353 batting average. He's taking his walks. He's slugging. He hit 5 home runs over the 10 games. He drove in 12. He's not missing his pitch, whether it's a fastball or a breaking pitch. He's been really solid, very aggressive early in counts, and yet with that, he's still taking a lot of walks.
And defensive versatility is one of his hallmarks. He'll make his 2nd straight start at first base. Anthony Rizzo still day-to-day with the back issue. So the Reds are 5 under. They're in last place, but don't let that fool you. They have been, so far, the best pitching staff in the league.
Which is really ironic because I think a lot of people expected the Reds to be a good offensive club. That has not manifested itself yet, but the pitching has been really good. .336 ERA, tops in the National League. This is a club that posted a .465 earned run average last year. They were next to last in the National League, better only than the Marlins. You see at the bottom of the note, home runs allowed, just 34, fewest in Major League Baseball.
Couple of right-handers off to good starts. Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs, Illinois native Tanner Roark for the Reds. Cubs and Reds to open up a 3-game series in Cincinnati. Next.
The new Range Rover Evoque with ClearSight rear view mirror.
Man, that's a cool looking hot tub. We should check on the baby.
He's so sweet.
Maybe too sweet? Internet's down.
Your home is only as smart as your internet. Get reliable AT&T fiber and get speeds up to 300 megabits per second and DirecTV. Bundle for $75 a month for 12 months. Limited availability may not be in your area. More for your thing. That's our thing. Call 1-800-CALL-ATT.
Chicago is my kind of town because of its people, culture, and restaurants. Chicago is also my kind of town because there's no better place to shop for wine than Binny's Beverage Depot. And I've been everywhere. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Plants capture CO2. What if other kinds of plants captured it too? We could help lower emissions if industrial plants could be a little more like plants.
Carspitality, the friendly and convenient services offered to guests at Bill Jacobs Volkswagen, including complimentary courtesy loaners, our white glove concierge service, and great deals like this. Get 4 for under $200 at Bill Jacobs VW. Lease a 2019 Tiguan for only $135 per month, a new Jetta for $138, a Passat for $166, or the all-new Atlas for $192 per month. The choice is yours. Carspitality. See Bill Jacobs Volkswagen, Aurora Avenue in Naperville.
is the truth that you know, friend. It's cause every time that you go in, you start all over again.
Thank you for supporting our mission.
You always amaze me. You always.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan, back in our downtown Chicago studios. Get you back to Cincinnati for first pitch in just a couple of minutes. Chris Bryant gets to start at first base with Anthony Rizzo sidelined for a second straight game with a tight back. Joe Madden is confident in Bryant's defense at a position he has not played a whole lot of as a Cub.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, they showed that a couple years ago when we started moving him around. And he doesn't require a whole lot of attention, like a bunch of ground balls, a bunch of fly balls. First base, I think the biggest thing is angles. You just have to, all of a sudden the lefties are coming at you, the righties are slicing it at you. That's the difference, is angles.
All right, Cubs and Reds. Kyle Hendricks on the bump against Tanner Roark. See you on the post-game show. That's going to do it from our downtown Chicago studios. First pitch is coming your way next.
When it's time to head out, sometimes your last Miller Lite has a way of becoming your second to last. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Announcing the Hyundai Memorial Day sales event, a kickoff this summer filled with enormous savings, including 0% APR for 72 months on select models. Like the perfectly sized Kona, named the 2019 North American Utility Vehicle of the Year. Hurry into your local Hyundai dealer during the Memorial Day sales event and see why the longer you look, the more there is to like. Now lease the Sonata for just $159 a month, or get up to $3,500 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith, or this John Smith, or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
I'm Christina Stumble, and I chose the Spark Cash Card from Capital One. With unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy, why wouldn't I get this card? I redeemed $115,000 in cash back, which doubled our marketing budget last summer. What's in your wallet?
Add style and comfort to your home with a new ceiling fan and save with 11% off everything from Menards. Turn of the Century and Patriot Lighting ceiling fans save energy and come in a wide variety of styles and finishes. Change the look of any room with a new ceiling fan and save big money. Take advantage with 11% off all Turn of the Century and Patriot Lighting ceiling fans at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you in part by Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyafordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Welcome back. Nice night here in Cincinnati. It's the first matchup between the Cubs and the Reds here on May 14th. And great to see Reds legend George Foster, big part of the Big Red Machine in the 1970s, hit 52 home runs in 1977. Stopping by and chatting with Joe Madden before the game tonight. Anthony Rizzo, day-to-day with the back tightness, did not play on Sunday, out of the lineup again tonight, but it does not appear to be any sort of serious issue. And tonight's umpires, Ed Hickox from DeLand, Florida, will work home plate. Roberto Ortiz at first, the crew chief Dana DeMuth at second. Angel Hernandez is over at third. And there's tonight's Red starter Tanner Roark. More on him in a second. First, the Cubs Southwest starting lineup still leading the National League at 5.42 runs per game. Hayward, Bryant, and Baez at the top. Contreras, Schwarber, and Bodie in the middle. Daniel Descalzo did not start last week until Sunday due to the sore ankle. Albert Almora Jr. in center, batting 8th, and the pitcher Hendricks 9th.
Reds defensively brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. It's a good group. They've committed just 19 errors this year, tied for third fewest in the league. Winker gets left. The rookie Senzel is in center. Yasiel Puig plays right. Suarez third. Iglesias can really pick it as short. Dietrich and Votto on the right side of the infield. You see Votto, a Gold Glove winner in 2011. Tucker Barnhart won a Gold Glove a couple seasons ago. The Lexus experienced amazing starting pitcher for the Reds is right-hander Tanner Roark. He has made 8 starts. He's 3-1 with a 3.27 ERA. He's only allowed 2 home runs so far. He's been nails against right-handed hitters, hitting just a .187. Maybe because he's using his slider a whole lot more than he has in the past. That's why we've highlighted it. But it's a 4-pitch mix: heater, slider, curve, and changeup for the Illinois native.
And the leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Hayward gets a hit here, Binny's will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. And Roark ready, and we are underway. Nice day in Cincinnati. 68 degrees as we get started. Hayward bounces one right to Votto, who will take it unassisted to the bag for the first out.
Yeah, the splits are pretty incredible so far for Roark. Left-handed batters hitting .348 against him, and as I mentioned, righties just a $187. Now, career-wise, he does not have that kind of disparity in his right-left splits, but that has certainly been a kind of a storyline with Roark this year. You would want to load up with lefties against him when you look at those numbers. Unfortunately, Anthony Rizzo not able to go.
Outside for ball 1 on the red-hot Chris Bryant. Ground ball to the shortstop. That is Iglesias. High throw, safe as Votto came off the bag. And Bryant safe at first. It'll be an error on the normally sure-handed Iglesias.
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it? I just got done singing his praises. And this is obviously an errant throw, but it's not an unforced error. It's Bryant's speed and hustle down the line that causes Iglesias to kind of throw that one out of rhythm.
So the Cubs have a base runner, and the batter is Javier Baez, who has hit in 11 straight. That ties his career-long hitting streak. And he bounces softly toward third. Suarez has a tough play, but he barehands it and gets Baez by a step. Any sort of bobble, and that would have been a hit. So they have come out swinging the bats early. 2 down, runner at second.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of this from Cub hitters lately. Very aggressive early in counts. I mean, that's always part of the Baez story. He swings a bat as much as anybody in the game.
So 5 pitches in. Roark already facing his 4th hitter. And it's Wilson Contreras, who had the dramatic home run in the 15th on Saturday to beat the Brewers. He went hitless Sunday to snap a 10-game streak, but he did not get a run with a ground out. Strange schedule, as we mentioned. This is the Cubs' first trip to Cincinnati. I think we were already here about 7 times last year by May 14th. Cubs played the whole season series in Cincinnati before the All-Star break last year. Here's the pitch. It's low. Roark acquired in a trade from the Washington Nationals over the winter.
For a fellow by the name of Tanner Rainey, so it was a Tanner for Tanner deal.
Probably haven't been too many of those in Major League history. Off the corner on a slider. Roark from Wilmington, Illinois, about 60 miles southwest of Chicago. Part of 2 Illinois State championship teams at Wilmington High School, 2003 and 2005. Was a very good football player in high school as well. Yeah, I mean, the world is upside down. The Reds lead the league in ERA, and they've allowed the fewest home runs in the majors. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, there's been some turnover in the rotation, and the Castillo kid has stepped up to the head of the class. He was the pitcher of the month in the National League for April. We'll see him in the finale of the series here.
3-2. He just saw David Bell, former Cubs third base coach, had a nice big league career as an infielder, and he is back home, and what a story it is. His grandfather Gus played for the Reds, his dad Buddy, his brother Mike also played here, and now he's the manager of his hometown team. Bryant at second, 2 down. Just getting started tonight. Three-two pitch. He struck him out. So the error does not hurt Roark. Kyle Hendricks to the mound when we come back.
TripAdvisor named us the best airline in North America because we do everything differently on purpose. For one purpose, you. You're the reason we fly to 100 destinations and why we don't charge you fees to change your flight or check 2 bags. You. Over 134 million of you chose to fly Southwest last year. That's what matters most to us.
Ah, yes, the weekend. So, are you and your friends going to pop the top on some light beers after an exercise-a-thon? Where you spend all day doing some sort of epic hiking, biking, rollerblading thing? No. You got real work to do, involving fire and smoke and throwing back another Shiner Light Blonde. And that is the only thing you're sweating.
Hello world, here's the road that we're taking. Come on, get healthy. Working together, there's a goal that we're making to keep us healthy.
Advocate offers new ways to connect to your health. Anytime, anywhere. Together, let's make healthy happen.
Traveling along, here's a place that we're going. Come on, get healthy. Come on, get healthy.
Now the Reds Southwest starting lineup without Scooter Gennett. Scott Schebler also back in the minor leagues, and they are last in the majors in batting average. Senzel, the rookie, in center. This is only his 11th game. Joey Votto off to a strangely slow start at 206. Suarez has been good. Winker cleaning up. He's in left. Yasiel Puig in right. Derek Dietrich has been tremendous. So has Iglesias. Roark, the pitcher, batting 8th. Tucker Barnhart off to a slow start, will hit 9th.
Cubs defensively brought to you by the Fields Auto Group. Schwarber left, Almora Jr. center, Jason Hayward right, Bodie, Baez, Descalso, and Bryant. A different look on the right side of the infield. Wilson Contreras is behind the plate. Lexus, experienced amazing starting pitcher for the Cubs tonight, is the professor, Kyle Hendricks, who's been absolutely brilliant of late overall. 7 starts, 2-4, a 3.19 ERA. He's walked only 8 men all year. He walked 3 in his first start, so just 5 since then. How does he do it? Well, fastball, changeup, curve. And, just so precise with his location. Boom, right on the edge, right on cue.
This is where he made his major league debut 5 seasons ago. Nick Senzel. Been hearing about him for a long time. Started his minor league career as a third baseman. Played some middle infield and eventually outfield, and currently playing center as he starts his big league career. See, slightly closed stance, and the 0-2 is a little low. Kyle's been grooving. He has not allowed an earned run in 17 innings. Called strike 3.
Well, he just schooled the rookie once again right over that outside edge.
Time for our Rocket Mortgage Do More to Win. A couple of starts at home for Hendricks, and a lot better at Wrigley Field than on the road. An 0.62 in 4 starts at home. Strike 1 to Votto.
2 starts ago, it was that 81 pitch complete game shutout of the Cardinals, and last time out almost as good, 8 innings of 1-run ball against Miami.
Votto with pretty good numbers against Kyle. 8 for 18 with 2 home runs. Votto hitting 119 in the month of May. But you figure it's just a matter of time. Really choking up with 2 strikes, and he punches one out to left, where Schwarber, still wearing his sunglasses in the early evening hours, makes the grab. They start their night games here 6:40 local time. So the sun's still an issue out there and left. Here's Eugenio Suarez. Swing and a miss. Hendricks working quickly. Wheels on an 0-1. It's in there for a strike. He has missed the strike zone once over his first 9 pitches. StatCast AI, powered by AWS, as the Cubs employ a pull shift on the infield.
Suarez somewhat quietly has become a very good offensive player. 12 home runs already this year.
Swing and a miss. Nice work by Hendricks. An 11-pitch, 9-strike first inning.
Summer's here. Time to get a great deal on a new Toyota, and then go out and do all the fun things the season has to offer.
Right now, you can lease the all-new 2019 RAV4 for just $219 per month. Toyota, let's go places.
I'll have the whiskey glazed ribs and shrimp, please.
That's all you can eat shrimp, too.
I'm shrimp rich. Shrimp.
For a limited time, come to TGI Fridays and get all-you-can-eat shrimp when you order any of our new whiskey glazed ribs, chicken, or steak entrees. Get shrimp rich with all-you-can-eat shrimp. TGI Fridays.
April 18th is National Piñata Day, but you don't need to put on a blindfold and hit a papier-mâché unicorn to get stuff you want. Just become an AARP member. Your AARP membership comes with access to more of what you want, like learning about the latest tech, health tips, nights out at local restaurants, help planning your getaways, and more. So take off the blindfold and join today, because, you know, it's easier without the blindfold. There's lots of stuff in there, and today could be your day to explore it. Learn more at aarp.org/more.
Play the Deal or No Deal instant ticket from the Illinois Lottery. Win up to $100,000 instantly. Plus, you could win a second chance at up to $1 million in Orlando. So, deal or no deal?
Summer's here. Time to get a great deal on a new Toyota. And then go out and do all the fun things the season has to offer.
Right now, you can get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2019 Highlander. Toyota, let's go places.
Time for T-Mobile's connection to the game. The Bell family, the second three-generation family in the big leagues. Gus, Buddy, David, following the Boones. 5 such families in all. David's major league debut came a few days before Grandpa Gus passed away, and his younger brother Mike had a cup of coffee with his hometown Reds 5 years later. Had a nice chat with David before the game. 2-0 on Schwarber. And he said it's been great for the family. And very excited to be back in his hometown. One thing about David Bell I realized is Schwarber hits one out in the air for Puig, who will make the running grab. When he was on the Cubs staff, David was very intellectually curious, and you know, he's had a lot of time as a minor league manager, big league coach, was with the front office with the Giants, and he said he was forced to learn a lot of the new analytics. And he told me today, when I retired as a player a decade ago, I probably would have said I could manage today, and he said I'm very glad I didn't, and that I had this time in between to learn as much as I have and to be around some really smart people.
Yeah, the game has changed so much in the approach because of all the new analytics, and I think it takes a lot of guys some time to get up to speed.
1-1 on David Bodie. From one David to the next.
And there's another brother, Ricky Bell, played minor league ball. Never did make it to the big leagues, but he spent time in the Reds organization, spent a little time in the Cubs organization as well. Buddy currently working as a senior advisor in the baseball operations department here.
Bodie strikes out swinging, and 2 quick outs here in the Cubs second. And if you believe in run differential, the Reds are not a last place team. As we said, they have pitched incredibly well to start the season, not scoring a ton of runs, but they have outscored their opponents by 30. Yet they're 5 games under 500.
Yeah, it's been a weird year, and you talked about how good the pitching has been, and the hitting has been down. Now, without taking a real deep dive on the day by day, I'm guessing they played in a lot of inclement weather here. What are they hitting? 216 as a team.
Scalzo with basically the left side of the infield empty, thinking about a bunt. Well, the Reds are 6-13 in 1-run decisions. They are 6-2 in games decided by 5 or more, which are considered blowout wins. Roark will throw. Descalzo will hold it first with an infield hit. He bunts his way on. That's the first hit of the ball game.
Well, you know, there's not a whole lot of value in a 2-out single, but I think it's a smart play in that it may force the Reds to realign their defense the next time he's up there. Especially as you get towards the bottom of the batting order, you know, you're looking for extra bases.
Here's Almora with a 2-out base runner. The Cubs have the top winning percentage in the NL. And after a 2-7 opening season opening road trip, if they win tonight and the Astros don't, the Cubs basically will have the best record in baseball. It's kind of amazing. I mean, what a turnaround in a month and a half. 8-2 homestand.
Well, baseball, you learn the lesson every year in baseball, right? Not to overreact to a slow start or a great start, but we do it every year anyway. There was much gnashing of teeth and screaming and yelling when the Cubs got off to that ugly start.
I think it's fair to say that you can't expect the Cubs to continue to play at their current pace. They've won 12 of their last 14, 21 of 27. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 2-2.
We saw Gio Gonzalez the other day, the former national now pitching with the Brewers. Here's Roark, another former national. And like Gio, he kind of got lost in the shuffle, at least in terms of recognition over there in Washington with Strasburg and Scherzer at the top of the rotation. He had some very nice years.
Yeah, ate up a lot of innings for the Nationals. That ball struck well, and it eludes Iglesias. Back-to-back hits. That'll bring Hendricks to the plate with 2 outs.
So Iglesias made the errant throw, and now here's a ball that I'm not going to argue that he should have made, but certainly one he could have made and one he usually does make. This has got a lot of hair on it, and he's just late to the party.
Kyle, a career .090 major league hitter, 10 RBIs. And takes a strike. Time for stats with Lowe's. Both teams off to slow starts and have played well since. Hendricks gets a hold of one out into center, and it's going to get to the wall. 2 runs are going to score, and the Cubs strike first here in the 2nd inning. 4th career double for Kyle.
You talk about an ambush, 2 quick outs, fly ball, punch out. Descalzo drops down the bunt. Now more a solid single, and Hendricks pumps one over Senzel's head out there in center field. This is most impressive. Extension through the zone.
One 1-0 on Hayward. Cubs lead early 2-0. I don't know how catchable that ball was, but word is on Senzel, who is not a natural center fielder, that's the one play he struggles with the most. That ball hit right at you. It's hard to judge sometimes in center field.
Yeah, and no doubt he was playing shallow too, because with a pitcher up there and a man in scoring position, you're defending against the ball in front of you way more so than you would be on the ball over your head. Yeah, you know, Winker, the left fielder, he has some issues defensively. Puig can get a little careless out there from time to time. So he's shading him towards right and very shallow.
Yeah, he got a pretty good break on it.
I think he did. I think he got a pretty good read on it. Had a little bit of an angle because he was swung towards right.
Hayward walks. Derek Johnson, formerly in the Cubs system, and the Brewers pitching coach, now the Reds pitching coach, will head out for a visit, and we'd like to welcome all our viewers watching on Independence Telecommunications Utility in Independence, Iowa. You see that 20 patch above the Reds logo. That is in honor of the late Hall of Famer Frank Robinson, who passed away in February. Frank began his great major league career as a Red in 1956 when he was 20 years old. Cubs have been really good here lately at starting rallies after 2 outs, which is generally just a sign of a good offense. I don't think you can parse it and say, well, this is a good 2-out offense. That club over there is a good 1-out
no
offense.
No.
Inside for a ball, 1-1.
It is interesting how this inning started, though, with the Descalzo 2-out bunt. What is generally considered by most people around the game to not be a quote-unquote good play, because you're looking for extra bases in that situation with 2 outs in the 7th spot in the batting order. But that was the seed that started this inning. Bunt single, solid single, and the surprise double.
Just foul to third.
Been a lot of loud noises coming off that axe-handle bat of Chris Bryant here lately, and I wonder how many bat orders have been turned in by big league players and minor league players and all kinds of players for the axe bat.
Did he go? He did. Call made by Roberto Ortiz. Kyle Hendricks helps his own cause with a 2-run double.
Across Chicagoland, we can all agree that nothing brings us together like breakfast at McDonald's. Your morning starts here. Now get a large McCafe hot coffee and sausage McMuffin for $2.69.
Bravo team moving to checkpoint.
2 o'clock, 10 feet up the right.
Visual 3 o'clock.
Sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. Make a difference in your community, serving part-time in the Army National Guard.
Man, that's a cool looking hot tub. We should check on the baby.
He's so sweet.
Maybe too sweet? Internet's down.
Your home is only as smart as your internet. Get reliable AT&T fiber and get speeds up to 300 megabits per second and DirecTV. Bundle for $75 a month for 12 months. Limited availability may not be in your area. More for your thing. That's our thing. Call 1-800-CALL-AT.
Cubs have the early lead, second inning, and our high-speed action is powered by Xfinity. Yasiel Puig is now a Cincinnati Red. He and Madison Bumgarner had some interesting matchups when he was a Dodger. Puig has faced Bumgarner more than any other pitcher. 54 career plate appearances and only a .224 average. And they got into it when the Giants and Dodgers were doing their thing. Benches cleared. So both making it pretty obvious that they weren't big fans of one another. Well, this weekend at San Francisco, Puig took Mad Bum deep. Little bat flip to follow, and after the game, Bumgarner said he's a quick study. It only took him 7 years to learn how to hit that pitch.
Yeah, so there isn't the Giant Dodger buzz anymore, but still bad blood between those two, and perhaps more to come. Reds just spent the whole week out there in the Bay Area. The Giants and the A's. I guess they had the A's first, then the Giants before returning home.
They've had kind of a crazy schedule to start the year. They've had a trip to Mexico, 2 trips to California. They had a B delay here. They had a light delay last week in Oakland. That night they were no hit by Mike Fiers. So here's Jesse Winker leading it off. He's playing left. And batting cleanup. And takes a sinker apparently high for ball 1. Swing and a miss on the changeup. So no Billy Hamilton. He's now with the Royals. Matt Kemp also acquired in the Puig deal. He got released in early May. Scott Schebler was demoted to the minors on the same day Kemp was cut loose. Might see Michael Lorenzen in the middle of the game go out and play a little outfield in this series too.
Scooter Gennett is out with a groin injury. I think they expect him back anytime soon.
That loss mitigated by the start of Derek Dietrich, who has 10 home runs. Off the end of the bat, popped up in front of the plate. Bodie racing in to make the catch.
Cub fans, everybody in, be there at historic Wrigley Field next week when the Cubs play the Phillies and the Reds. Tickets still available at Cubs.com.
Now Puig, the right fielder. Puig has the same hitting coach he had in LA, Turner Ward. And they have long had a very tight relationship. Off the inside corner, 1-1. Ward wanted to be closer to his home in Mobile, Alabama.
Puig's always been a good low ball hitter. You see Hendricks trying to crowd him a little bit, elevating.
Yasiel now 28. 7th major league season. Here's the pitch.
Puig strong as an ox, but he hits the ball on the ground a lot. If it ever, make the marked improvement in his fly ball rate, you'd see those home run numbers really spike, especially in this ballpark.
Cubs have been pitching great. 2.33 staff ERA over their last 29 games, leading the majors during that span. As Bryant will give it a look, and it's back out of play. Hendricks tonight, Darvish tomorrow, Quintana on Thursday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Five batters faced, 3 strikeouts for Kyle.
And we talk about Hendricks so much, it's about command and soft contact, but every now and then he'll dial up a big strikeout game. He punched out 11 Diamondbacks 3 or 4 starts ago.
Nice under the radar February minor league signing. Derek Dietrich made their team as a non-roster player. His OPS 999 going into play tonight. And a high fly ball, not deep. Jason Hayward's got it. Hendricks 6 up, 6 down, working with a 2-0 lead in Cincinnati.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions from this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
I'm Wilson Contreras, and if you need a personal injury lawyer, call Howard.
For car, rideshare accidents, work injuries, or any other type of injury case, give me a call. I'm here to help.
Put 3126 million in your phone now for what you need, Howard.
Injury law made personal. That's Aiken Law.
We're finally back out in our yard, but so are they.
Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds so grass can thrive. Guaranteed.
Our backyard is back.
This is a Scott's yard.
You need a car to get you into gear, and you need to get it right here. Thomas Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram and Highland. Find out for yourself why customers love the Thomas difference.
Commission-free sales and home of the Lifetime Loyalty Program.
It's the Jeep Celebration Event. Get a 2019 Jeep Wrangler for $199 a month, or during Ram Bigger Things sales event, get $15,000 off the 2019 Ram 1500. So come get into gear at Thomas Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Experience the Thomas difference and buy today.
Credit issues getting in the way of your next new car? Get a fresh start at Gary Lang Auto Group's exclusive secondchancecarfinance.com. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Apply and get instant approval. Choose from over 1,500 incredible deals on new, used, and certified vehicles. Then drive home today at secondchancecarfinance.com. Shop the best inventory with affordable payments. Everyone deserves a second chance at Gary Lang Auto Group's secondchancecarfinance.com.
If it doesn't say Gary Lang on the back, he probably paid too much.
Cubs lead 2-0. Top 3. Javier Baez leads it off. Grounded out on the first pitch he saw in the opening inning. Big hit, a 2-run double by Kyle Hendricks in the second. Slider misses outside, ball 1. 150th career start for Tanner Roark. Pitching on normal rest. Sonny Gray moved back to tomorrow, giving him an extra day. High ball to right. Puig still going back, and he'll make the catch. You thought he got it, huh?
Well, that made a loud noise. And the way he's been driving the ball the other way, I did. I thought he got enough of that one to drive it out of here. It's a good home run ballpark. Rourke has only allowed 2 home runs. The ball moving in on him. And barreled it up pretty good, just a little too much underneath.
Here's Contreras, a strikeout victim in the first. Yeah, ball flies here in this ballpark typically. Wind not doing a whole lot. Very comfortable night. 1-1. Much needed off day for the Cubs yesterday. Contreras not only caught 15 innings Saturday, caught the whole game Sunday. Guessing he will get the day off tomorrow with Yu Darvish pitching.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. It'll be Taylor Davis Day. He's been paired with Darvish here recently.
Sounds like Victor Caratini is nearing a possible return from the injured list. The 1-2 just missed outside. Otto backs up a couple steps at first. Good eye, 3-2. And Schwarber on deck in nearby Middletown, Ohio. Line shot. That'll get down. Puig will play it on a bounce. Contreras with a solid single. Time now for the TD Ameritrade right call. The Brewers have lost 3 in a row. They brought up their top prospect, Keston Hiura. He is a second baseman in the lineup tonight, playing second and batting 7th. Travis Shaw goes to the injured list with a wrist injury. It's a Brandon Woodruff, Jared Eichhoff matchup in Philadelphia. Brewers blew a couple of leads last night. They're now 2.5 behind the first place Cubs.
I'm going to place a small wager that Javi Baez at some point in this series takes a base on Yasiel Puig in right field.
Looked like Puig was trying to bait Contreras. So you're saying Baez took note.
Yeah, and it's just you know, he's always looking to take an extra base, and Puig's going to give him an opportunity now. As you said, Puig, he might try to bait you into trying to go and try to make a play with his arm. But the preferred method, as Joe likes to say, for the manager from David Bell, I'm sure his point of view would be field the ball, throw it back into the infield. You get too cute out there and you end up paying a price.
The kick and the pitch, Schwarber went around to make it 1-2. Immediate regret. Strike 3 called for the second out.
Enter the Chicago Cubs Sweet Sweepstakes for your chance to enjoy exciting Cubs baseball and the ultimate VIP experience in a suite at Wrigley Field. One fan will win access to a suite to enjoy with friends, family, or colleagues for a select home game during the 2019 regular season. Cubs.com/sweet sweepstakes to enter.
Hey, David Bodie is playing third tonight, and good timing. Our buddy Jamie Ramsey with the Reds Always tweets his scoreboard stumper before they put it on the big board here in Cincinnati. Tonight's a good one. Since 1999, there have been 5 MVPs who play third base. Can you name the 5? That's a good question. There's Jamie.
Both leagues?
I believe so, yeah. I'm going to Chipper Jones.
Since what year?
99 to 2018.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So Chipper in 99, I believe, was an MVP. Chris Bryant.
Yeah.
Would be another.
How about Arenado? He win an MVP?
I don't believe so.
How about Miguel Cabrera?
That would be a good choice, too, yeah. Swing and a miss. So think about that. When did Mike Schmidt retire?
1988.
Cal. 2-0.
No way. FanDuel's letting you pick 5 guys and win cash each night of the playoffs.
5 players? With me as the GM, the coach, and the trainer, it would be unbeatable.
Well,
unbeatable.
More ways to win!
Is that a Wendy's Frosty?
Yeah, and right now they're only 50 cents.
Wendy's Frosty is now 50 cents. So if you need your Frosty fix, we got you.
My experience with USA Air has been excellent. They really appreciate the military family, and it really shows.
With all that USAA offers, why go with anybody else? We know their rates are good. We know that they're always going to take care of us.
It was an instant savings, and I should have changed a long time ago.
It was funny because when we would call another insurance company, they would say, oh, we can't be USAA.
We're the Weber family.
We're the Tennies.
We're the Hells, and we're USAA members for life.
Get your USAA auto insurance quote today.
We got no free pass. Everything we have, we've earned. We earn it when you feel your heart race, when your eyes go wide. Because more powerful than respect given is respect earned. The unmistakable Lexus IS.
Lease the 2019 IS 300 all-wheel drive for $329 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
FanDuel has new baseball modes?
Yep, I just got a $5 bonus to play. What have you been playing fantasy for?
Peanuts.
Home was right about you.
Welcome back. Cubs have 2. The Reds don't have any. As you enjoy Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in tonight's game. It will dazzle you.
All right, so I've got Chipper, I've got KB. How about A-Rod as a Yankee? You mentioned Miguel Cabrera. I think we're closing in on it.
1999. That's about 20 years ago.
Yes, it was. I believe Adrian Beltre.
How about Josh Donaldson?
There you go. That's it. We got it.
With the Torontos.
Yep. That should be the 5.
Submit it. Go turn it in.
Hendricks on the mound. Will run it halfway and flip to Bryant for the out.
Guys doing it all. Driving in runs. Making plays. Finishes squarely to home plate in a good fielding position. It's always an advantage for a guy who puts it on the ground as much as Hendricks does.
Reds hitting their pitcher 8 a fair amount the last few weeks, with the catcher Barnhart on deck. 1 strike to Roark. Right to Descalzo for out number 2.
Hey, think you know your favorite sports teams? Join NBC Sports Chicago Thursday at 5 for a taping of Beer Money at the River Kitchen and Bar in Lakeview. Contestants get a free t-shirt and a chance for cash. Beer Money presented by Coors Light.
I think Jamie be good at it.
Yeah.
Comes up with all these great trivia questions. How about these shoes? Tucker Barnhart. Curve missed outside from Hendricks. One more weak contact, coaxed by Hendricks. Perfect through 3. Offense, defense, pitching. As JD said, he's doing it all early.
How do you earn the highest owner loyalty of any SUV brand? You offer SUVs like Escape. They can help you go with the flow or slow you down. And Escape helps keep the worry out of any adventure, warning you if a vehicle's in your blind spot, and making sure you change lanes only when you mean to. SUVs perfect for life's adventures. That's Ford. Get Escape with all this for about $22,675. That's $5,915 in savings or 0% financing for 60 months.
You guys want to get Subway?
Oh, man. Dude, Subway has delivery.
Oh, cool.
I can't tell you who I am or what I witnessed, but I can tell you Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I only pay for what I need. No.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Some things are out of your control, like bedhead. Rub-a-dub ducky. And then there's National Car Rental. At National, I'm in total control. I can just skip the counter and choose any car in the aisle I like. So I can rent fast without getting a hair out of place. Hey. Control. Go National. Go like a pro.
The fourth inning is brought to you by Toyota and the all-new 2019 RAV4.
They have just credited Chris Bryant with an infield single from the first inning. Originally, Iglesias was charged with an error. So Bryant now with a 23-game on-base streak. Longest active on-base streak and his career best.
He's so hot he even gets hits when he's hanging out in the dugout.
That's right. Descalzo, who bunted his way on with 2 outs in the second, will have a tougher time leading off the fourth because Suarez is over there at third, as you said.
Yeah, now that was 2 outs, nobody on. So if that situation plays out again, maybe they won't put a man there. But leading off the inning, they're going to take that bunt away.
And as you said, statistically, bottom of the order, not a favorable play, but the 90 hitting Kyle Hendricks made him pay with that 2-run double. Two and two. Just mentioned Keston Hiura.
Yeah.
1 for 1, batting 1,000. Single in his first major league at bat.
Don't peak too early, kid.
As Monty Grandal right before him hit a 3-run homer as Descalzo strikes out.
Are you sure, Angel?
Time now for Scott's triple threat. Yeah, it's interesting. The Reds as a team going into today, 336, rotation 335, bullpen 337. Pretty consistent.
Yeah, Cubs rotation actually has been a little bit better. Cubs have the best rotation, a starter's ERA in the National League. A couple of notches better than Cincinnati with the Dodgers in between. Reds bullpen has outpitched the Cubs by a small margin.
Castillo Is the Reds' probable starter on Thursday night against Jose Quintana.
Cub hitters will be going through the gauntlet there because I believe they get Scherzer, Strasburg, and Corbin in Washington. So start with Castillo and then deal with that trio.
The 1-2 to Almora. Fastball 93 is outside, and it's 2-2. Not a huge crowd tonight. We do see a lot of Cubs blue in the stands. And a lot of dogs in the ballpark. They were walking around on the warning track before the game. Bark in the park, I believe they call it. At least I call it.
Yeah, I think I've heard that. Park in the park. No.
Right back to the pitcher. Good play by Roark.
For years here, there was one dog in the park routinely, and that was the Marge Schatz, big St. Bernard Schatzy.
Yeah. Will occasionally leave a present on the artificial turf.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, Marge, she loved that dog. And the story goes that she would share pizza with the dog, give the dog a bite, take a bite herself. Look at Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks is 2 for 2.
Rod Cruz said, finally, my lessons are paying off. Double over Senzel's head. Now he dumps this line drive single in front of him.
Hey, what do you call a dog with a surround system?
I don't know what.
Subwoofer.
Somebody had the great idea that they have a bark in the park, that they should have a cat day at the ballpark. Let people bring their cats into the stadium. That's a good looking pooch right there.
Mm-hmm. Charged by Dietrich. What did the dog say to the tree? Bark! 2-0 Cubs in the fourth.
While America celebrated the fall of Prohibition, Jim Beam didn't raise a single glass. He wanted his first drink to be of his own bourbon. He didn't have much money, but he did have a few friends, people who were raised the right way. Over 120 days, they rebuilt the distillery. And while their names might not be on our bottle, it's because of them we can raise this bourbon today. Jim Beam, raised right.
This is the story of John Smith. Not this John Smith, or this John Smith, or any of the other hundreds of John Smiths that are Humana Medicare Advantage members. No, it's this John Smith, who we paired with a Humana team member to help address his own specific health needs. At Humana, we take a personal approach to your health to provide care that's just as unique as you are, no matter what your name is.
I finally did it. Popeye's new chicken sandwich. I've been trying to make the perfect chicken sandwich forever.
How does that make you feel?
You know me. It had to be just right. Finding a bun as good as my chicken was not easy. I mean, I did it, obviously.
I think we've made a lot of progress here. I feel great. Good talk. I'm proud of you.
My new chicken sandwich is buttermilk battered and served on toasted brioche. Try it in spicy or classic.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on NBC Sports Chicago is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
The baby pictures!
Basement leaking got you freaking? Schedule your free consultation today at uswaterproofing.com. U.S. Waterproofing. A better basement starts with us.
You can follow our Cubs Insiders on NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Enjoy getting to know Vuk as much as you do the jingle. Nationwide is on your side.
And the Cubs offer baseball summer camps presented by ATI Physical Therapy and Ideal Industries. Sluggers ages 5 to 13 suit up in Cubs gear and receive top-notch baseball instruction. Select camps include meeting a current Cubs player and a VIP tour of beautiful Wrigley Field. New this year, overnight camps, 4 locations, and to enroll, visit Cubs.com/kids. Cubs lead 2-0. Reds do not have a base runner through 3.
He's continuing to roll here. He's punched out 3, 33 pitches, 25 strikes. He's thrown strike 1 to 7 of 9. He's not had a lot of success in this ballpark. Has an ERA in the high 5s here.
His road ERA this season going into tonight, 8.78. Probably more coincidence than anything. And he just missed on the rookie Senzel. So all teams are wearing the MLB 150 patch, or celebrating 150 years of pro ball. The Reds have a patch of their own, because it all started here in Cincinnati in 1869 with the Cincinnati Red Stockings. And they have, what, 15, I believe, throwback jerseys they're going to wear?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Kind of like through the course of their history, kind of highlighting the different looks.
Pretty neat. Now, the Red Stockings, a different franchise than the NL Reds. Broken bat rollout to the second baseman. This has been a clinic early on for Hendricks.
Yeah, he leads the league in frustration. He gets guys in on the hands. They break their bat. He gets them out on their front foot, and they hit lazy pop-ups on pitches they think they should have done more with. He gets guys muttering to themselves. And he's really schooled the rookie here tonight. Caught him looking first time, broke his toy this time.
So the Red Stockings of 1869 were the first openly professional team. They had 10 players who were paid. And in that season, they finished 67-0.
Talk about a big red machine.
The only perfect season in professional baseball history. Played on both coasts in the same season. Lost in June of 1870 for the first time as Joey Votto just got a hold of one. No hitter, no shutout. It's a 2-1 ball game as Votto launches.
Yeah, looking at some nanos on Votto earlier today, the numbers are way down. The one thing that's up is the fly ball percentage. He only hit 12 home runs last year, so I'm wondering if he's trying to make some adjustments to start to lift the ball, hit the ball out of the ballpark, and that's why his average has suffered. So he might be in this transition. He's such a talented hitter. The numbers are ultimately going to improve. There's the forward home run replay as Votto takes the trot for the 4th time this year.
Took 11 batters for the Reds to get their first hit. Suarez hits that one deep to right for an out. 2 down here in the 4th.
Next Wednesday, that would be the 22nd. It's University of Illinois night at Wrigley Field. Fans who purchase tickets through the Cubs special ticket offers page will receive a special edition Cubs cap in U of I's school colors. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com/special ticket offers.
So to finish, it was June 14th, 1870, after 81 consecutive wins, that the Red Stockings suffered a loss 8-7 to the Brooklyn Atlantics.
It's kind of like the Globetrotters.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. It was an 11-inning ball game, and it was played in New York. Capitoline grounds. Had 20,000 people to watch that one. Descalzo will backhand the jump throw on a bounce to Bryant. Beats Winker to end the inning. Votto with a home run. It's 2-1 Cubs after 4.
TripAdvisor named us the best airline in North America because we do everything differently on purpose. For one purpose. You. You're the reason we fly to 100 destinations and why we don't charge you fees to change your flight or check 2 bags. You. Over 134 million of you chose to fly Southwest last year. That's what matters most to us.
Crisp beer with refreshing lemonade flavor. Take back summer with Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy.
The world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate, available only on the next generation GMC Sierra.
During GMC's Truck Month, get 0% financing on most 2019 GMC Sierra and Canyon models.
Everyone knows the 5 senses.
But what if we told you?
There's more. An elusive sensation.
Coaxed out only under ideal circumstances.
We can't fully describe it, but you'll know it.
When you feel it.
We call it the ultimate driving machine. Hurry and release a 2019 BMW X3 xDrive 30i for $399 per month.
2-1 ball game. Hendricks over Votto as we get into the 5th inning. And the pitch to Bryant is a strike. He is 1 for 2.
Come on, Ed. Ball's outside. Barnhart gets high marks for his receiving skills.
Ripped into left. Winker way off the line, so Bryant will try for 2. And he's going to make it. It's a double.
Yeah, he's so quick now. You know, earlier this year he was getting jammed by velocity in, but he's quieter, he's quicker, and much more committed with that swing. It's been fun to watch the former MVP return to MVP form.
Cubs trying to get that run right back after the Votto smash. And a base hit to right. Bryant will be held by Will Venable. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Hitting streak continues for Baez. New career high, a 12-gamer.
Remember I mentioned last time that at some point in this series Baez is going to take a base on Puig. Check out what Yasiel does here as Baez continues to deliver hit after hit to right field. So Bryant gets the stop sign, and then he just kind of flips this ball back into second base. Bryant can do it. Baez can do it. Any number of guys can do it. Take an aggressive turn around third, start to break it down, and then restart, and you're going to score on Puig. You'll steal home on him, essentially.
They will play for 2 on the infield and try to avoid a big inning. Roark will check on the runner at first. Former Red Chris DeNorfia over there tonight. So he's in for Venable. Will over at third, in for Brian Butterfield. Just low. Eight hits for the Cubs. Bono holds Baez at first. Suarez keeping Bryant fairly tight at third. Probably best Contreras didn't hit that pitch. Probably would have been a double play ball. We saw enough of those this weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, man, there was a rash of them.
Brewers and Cubs combined for, what, 10 double plays on Saturday in the 15-inning game.
Last at bat, he worked Contreras almost exclusively away. Fastball slider combination. Took a shot inside with the previous fastball. Looked like Wilson might have been looking in there again. Pulled off that elevated slider. Go sinker in.
Driven to left. Winker will make the catch. Baez has to retreat as Bryant scores. Sacrifice fly Contreras. Cubs have their 2-run lead again, 3-1.
That's just really good work. Bryant turns that ball to left into a double with his hustle and his speed. Baez delivers the single. Now Contreras, they're trying to jam him with a fastball, and he just wouldn't let him in there. Quick bat, able to get the barrel on it.
So 1 out. A little high to Schwarber.
I have to assume there's a lot of family and friends on hand for this series for Kyle.
Yeah. How about his homestand? 4 for 22 with 11 walks. Hit by a pitch as well. You see why the Reds shift the way they do against Schwarber. Roark keeping a close watch on Javi. There's 2 stolen bases so far. Stole 21, a career high last year. Schwarber, a line shot to Puig. He's going to fire to first late. A little off the bag. 2 away. A top spin line out for Schwarber.
Get to know one of the Blackhawks legends on Chevy Drives. Dennis Savard. Pat Boyle takes a cruise with the Hall of Famer as they talk about Brent Seabrook and Hawks role players. Watch now at NBCSportsChicago.com/Chevy.
Bodie has struck out twice.
Roark has been good in his career against the Cubs. 8 starts, 5-2 record, a .377 earned run average. Last year he was 9-15 with the Nationals, posted a .434 ERA, making 30 starts. Last couple of seasons, it seems like there's been open auditions for the Reds rotation. They've run a lot of bodies through here. Some of those guys have now moved on to other organizations, or they're back down in the minor leagues working as relievers. Tim Adelman, Sal Romano, Cody Reed,
Robert Stevenson, Jackson Stevens,
Ricky Davis, just trying any number of guys. Homer Bailey has moved on. He's now pitching for the Royals.
Cody pops it up on a broken bat. Votto will make the catch. More on popping out to the first baseman later when Votto comes up again. 3-1 Cubs.
I'm going to make the change.
Did I just witness a call to the bullpen?
Nope. Just called the TD Ameritrade trade desk.
That's great.
They're my first call when I gut check a trade.
Make the right call with the strategy gut check from TD Ameritrade's trade desk.
Baseball is ready to go.
Looking for the perfect SUV value? Look no further than a new 2019 QX30 with all-wheel drive from Motorworks Infiniti in Barrington. Enjoy all the luxury, performance, and technology and save 25% off MSRP. Or take to the road in a 2019 Q50 Lux with all-wheel drive for only $339 per month for 39 months. Watch the value add up with our complimentary Works perks, including lifetime car washes and free Starbucks privileges for life. Motorworks Infiniti in Barrington. Welcome to the circle.
Our customers are people who work hard for their money. So we do everything we can to make their money work hard for them. At Meijer, we see it as a simple matter of respect. That's why for 80 years now, low prices have been built into the way we do business. Because the most important thing we can earn is the right to shake someone's hand and look them in the eye. Come see for yourself.